Egypt for organizing this, and I just touch on a few things for us Biafrans, to let us know that, I know somebody said it here before, no one can do this for us except us. Not United Nations, not African Union, not Commonwealth, not any country, not anyone. The freedom of the people starts with the people. Once we realize that, this job becomes easier for all of us. It's not when Nnamdi was talking from morning till night, preaching from morning till night. And then some, even Biafran, they termed him the enemy. Those DOS he trusted in, they turned against him. Why? I'll come to why. Then when our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa took over from Nnamdi, some Biafrans, they still castigated him. He was there for their freedom. He has nothing to lose. He has his career, he has his family, he has everything going for him. He's a young guy, enjoying life. He could have just chosen to do what other young guys at his age do, which is just have fun. And he says it too, every now and then. But he believed the freedom of his children, his grandchildren, his mother, his father, his friends. That freedom is more important than going to parties, than taking positions, than running for political office in the country where he lived. He also had the option to take up positions even in Nigeria, the country we left. So also is many of us. Many of us have worked to see if that enclave, Nigeria, will work. But at the end of the day, we know that it can never, ever work. And as the day progresses, Nigeria keeps going down, down every day, to a point where it is irretrievable. No one can retrieve Nigeria again. It is gone. Trust me, it's just going to continue to go down. Many West African countries, some of them that are in that ECOWAS in Abuja, I know some of them that just their physical body is there. Their heart has left that enclave called ECOWAS. The exit of United States of Biafra from Nigeria is something that any normal human being will do to save lives, just for people to live. The Christian genocide happening in Nigeria is huge. Anyone that is denying that fact, that person has a particular problem, which we're not going to go into. Nigeria cannot burn Biafran homes, just like they did this morning, without Biafrans collude with them. They were Finland ever. Those people that went to Finland has not done anything. Our Prime Minister is absolutely 100% innocent, just like the way our Nnamdi is 100% innocent. But it was the so-called IPOB that were planted by the Nigerian state that went to Finland to bear witness against our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. That is how Nigeria rolls. They use people against them. Until we start knowing this and start acting against that, we are not going anywhere. When Nnamdi was fighting for the freedom of his people, talking from morning to night, some people thought he was crazy. Oh, where is this? Some of them like a little position from the state. Maybe you become a senator or a representative member, or they gave you appointment at the World Trade Organization or anywhere. Paints at talking about it, even though she got a position from Nigeria. And we know, we tell them the fact. Because they got those positions from the Nigerian state. They want to continue to maintain the criminality of the Nigerian state. That is why they're not talking. And the civilized world are shocked. They are shocked at how such heinous crime could be going on in their own backyard, in their own community, and they're perambulating around the world, making speeches here and there, taking up positions, flying from pillar to post, pretending to be representing a collapsed entity called Nigeria. The shame is on you, not on genuine Biafrans that have already stopped the criminality of the Nigerian state. Biafrans are scattered all over the world. They are the best in most of the things they do. But majority of them, they want to go home and build their own country. That is the right thing to do. The American president, Donald Trump, wants people to go and build their homes, build their countries. That is the right thing to do. You cannot be the best doctor in the world, the best lawyer in the world, the best physician in the world, the best engineer in the world, manufacturing the best IT, the best computer. And in your own village, the youths that are being raised in your community are being kidnapped, are being killed, their organs are being harvested. That thing you are abroad is useless. It's absolutely nothing. It's at home.
Exactly.
And I tell you, you can only aspire to so much in a foreign country. When it comes to the nitty-gritty of who is going to hold those policies, those thoughts, those opinions that makes that country what it is, I'm telling you, you will be a second-class citizen, regardless of your profession. Because countries will always choose their children, their grandchildren, who knows where they come from, who knows their history, who knows their origin, who knows what their forefathers stand for. They will always choose them first before you, regardless of your position. I'm telling you. They choose them for continuity, to ensure that their values are not lost in the process of immigration or migration. They will choose them. That is why Biafrans must go home and build the United States of Biafra nation. And I'm giving you a promise, within the next 3 to 5 years, Japan will be competing with Biafra land. Because we are building a nation that has the best of everything, the best brains scattered all over the world. That is what we are building. That is why Tinubu and Soludo, they are shaking, they are panicking. That was why they went to attack the innocent community of the state of Orabueze this morning. With all that bullet, with all those bullets, without provocation. And if this does not matter to any of you, then there's something wrong somewhere. This should matter to you. These people have no right to be doing what they're doing based on any international, local, national standard. What they are doing is absolutely criminality against humanity. And that cannot continue. That cannot continue. That cannot continue. Biafrans are in their land. Biafrans are in their territory. They can be anywhere. Biafrans can decide to sleep in the bush for the next 1 year. It is their right, as long as they are inside their community, as long as they are inside their geographical location. It is their right to sleep and be anywhere they want to be. But Tinubu and the Nigerian state, they believe that Biafrans have no right to be in the bush. It is our territory. It is our land. We have the right to stay anywhere we want in Biafra land, whether it's in the forest, whether it's in the highway, whether it's in the river, whether it's in the water. As long as those land belong to the 40 states of Biafra that was declared on November 29th, 2024, you, Tinubu, has no right to go and disturb any Biafra where they are. But because you are not civil, because you you don't respect any law. Because you are a crime against humanity. You want to continue to milk the oil from Biafra land. And you don't want no one to talk. You think by bombing the state of Orabueze, by bombing the forest, Tinubu has told you bomb every forest. But I tell you, you can't do that in Biafra land and go free. It's a promise. Those land, every forest in Biafra land belong to us. And I authorize every Biafran, whether they want to be in the bush, whether they want to be in the land, whether they want to be in the water, they have the right to do that because we've declared our independence and we have to stay anywhere we want in Biafra land. It is our territory. So Charles Soludo, Peter, but those delegitimized governors that we voted, Biafrans have voted. When our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa was here, we publicly voted to delegitimize these Southeast and South governors. They have no right to be doing what they are doing if they are civil, if they are men and women of integrity. But since they are proving that they are animals by going to harass, by going to bomb, by going to shell innocent Biafrans in their communities, we will confront them with the same operation that they are giving to our people. We will do that to them. If that is what they want, we can't fold our hands while you commit genocide in Biafra land. And Tinubu and Co is there shouting to the world, shouting to Riley Moore, oh, there's no genocide of Christians. But these are over 500 bullets that Tinubu and Christopher Musa shot out this morning, 3 a.m. Biafran time on innocent Biafran community. What do you think those bullets would have done? What are those bullets for? Ask yourselves, what are those bullets for? Is it not to kill? Do people use bullets for fashion? Do they use bullets for exercise or for football or for soccer? That is the terrorist plan. Those bullets we are meant to kill 500 or more Biafrans today. That is what Tinubu told them to do. And that is what Soludo and those Odema, Peter and Baoti, that is exactly what they carried out this morning. Those bullets were meant for human beings. Those bullets were meant to silence human beings, for not committing any crime, not being to any law court, not being anywhere. Just go and silence them because they are Biafrans. Just silence them because they are speaking their mind. They're speaking their right. They've declared their independence. They want to stop us from milking the oil. They want to stop us from being the politicians, the governors, the president. That is all. Go and silence them so that we continue to perpetrate ourselves as the president of Nigeria, as the governor of all the Anambra, governor of all the Imo, all the and Cross River and all that, and continue to engage the business of the politicians as usual. Nothing. They've not committed any crime. Then Tinubu send them. Go and shell them. And those bullets, those shells, I posted them on my Twitter space, Twitter handle. So this is not right, and this cannot continue. This was what Simon Ekpa and then Nnamdi was fighting against. And what did Tinubu do? He took Nnamdi Kanu, locked him up after a shambolic trial in Nigeria. Colluded with Alexander Stubb of Finland, took away Simon Ekpa and locked them up. If I'm gone today, this United States of Biafra will be restored by Biafrans, and they're already ready. I'm telling you, more than ready. More than ready. I'm giving Nigeria time to pack their things and leave Biafra land. I'm telling you, when I'm not here, you will run away from Biafra land overnight. Overnight. I'm open to discussions. United States of Biafra is an independent nation. The people have spoken. Tinubu, stop using the guns. You and Christopher Musa, stop using the barrel of the guns to silence innocent people. You cannot continue to do that. With what you did this morning, there is no reason Nigeria could remain a member nation of ECOWAS or United Nations or Commonwealth or African Union. No. That cannot happen. Any country that or organization that continues to allow Nigeria to be a member state that organization will go down. It's a promise. You have no integrity in the world anymore, because terrorists cannot rule the world. Tinubu is a pure terrorist. For him to send his men to unleash those number of bullets to the quiet community of the state of Odumegwu, there is no higher terrorist than. So again, I call on Biafrans to continue to defend your land. No one can do this for us. No one. And I usually give an example. I tell people, when the war between Ukraine and Russia broke out, people never thought that that war, which some predicted would be just 1 week or 2 weeks, no one knew that war could last for 3, 4, 5 years. It's still on right now. No one predicted. But within this timeline, now, Russia, Ukraine, everybody's talking about peace, right? You're talking about peace. But this peace, you could have gotten it before you killed over 5,000 Ukrainians and maybe 2,000 Russians, innocent lives. You could have sat on the table to stop the killings. So what has the world gained by the loss of these lives? Thousands of children murdered, killed in Ukraine. Another 1,000 killed in Russia. What has the world gained except being a dangerous place for people to live? And some of you that think United Nations will work miracles, or African will work miracles, or this ECOWAS that's been hijacked by Tinubu, that is parading themselves in Abuja. I saw Bianco, no, the one that went to Finland. No, the one that went to Finland to collude, to submit false documents, to remove our prime minister. I saw her sitting in ECOWAS, and these are people, men and women with no integrity that anyone is looking up to make the world a better place. They are the ones sitting there with their evil mind, with their evil intent to continue to kill them. And you will now become the word or the speaker for the world. ECOWAS, shame on you to even have somebody like Nigeria still being a part of that ECOWAS. Anyway, I know you contributed a lot of money in that. That is why ECOWAS is as useless as anything as I speak today. Because there's nothing, an organization that is being controlled by a terrorist body, which is Nigeria. No good can come out from that organization, I promise you. And what does Nigeria do? In all these organizations, they plant their enablers in strategic positions in those organizations. That is why United Nations, you don't see, again, they can say things that Nigeria has done wrong, but can they enforce anything? No, because the United Nations Committee told Tinubu to let Nnamdi Kanu be free. Let Nnamdi Kanu go. Did Nigeria do that? No. The Kenyan government said, let Nnamdi Kanu go. Because you came to Kenya to kidnap him without going through the due process of law. Did Nigeria respect that? No. About 3 courts in Nigeria has told Tinubu and Christopher Musa, leave Nnamdi Kanu alone. Did they do that? No. And somebody think, this country like this will give you freedom or give you your human rights. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. So again, Biafrans, what Tinubu and Christopher Musa is targeting is to make sure we don't do our fundraisings like we're doing today. They want to stop that money because they know with the money we are taking care of the humanitarian needs of our people. Thousands of innocent Biafrans that are locked up, breadwinners locked up in different jails in Nigeria, in DSS dungeons. We are the ones that will take care of them, nobody else. We are the one that have to send their children to school. We are the one that is going to be the breadwinners for those families. We are the one that is going to continue to contribute money to bring out those innocent Biafrans in jail. We are the one that will continue to make sure Nigeria does not kill them, just like they want to kill Nnamdi Kanu. It is our responsibility. Nobody else will do that for us. Nobody. They attack our fundraising. Tinubu and Christopher Musa attack it by lying, labeling innocent Biafrans as terrorist financiers. They label one innocent Ali Global. The DSS mentioned Ali Global the other day as a terrorist financier, an innocent Nigerian. His crime was just, he does his money business. That's all. Christopher Musa labeled him a terrorist financier. Anyone that tries to help us, help Biafrans for their humanitarian fundraising, they label that person a terrorist financier. That is how the Fulani terrorists, that's how they roll. Their animosity, their anger, their dread for Biafrans is enormous. And we will confront them with such hatred they have on our people. We're not going to let them go free. I'm telling you. Not this time. Biafrans continue to push money into Biafra land, into the 40-state account, into the governor's account, into the county commander's account. Look for your states. Ask for your state governors. All the 40 states of Biafra, 36 of them, they have their state account. The counties by January will start pushing money into their accounts. The United States of Biafra is an independent nation. The more money we push into Biafra territory, the easier it becomes to push the reintegrated terrorists brought in by Tinubu and Saludo. The easier it is to remove them from our country. We must do that. We use money to do that. We use money to get ourselves ready to remove them from our land. There is nothing else we need. It is that money that Tinubu and Christopher Musa is fighting by labeling innocent Biafrans as terrorist financiers. But thank God the world knows that Biafrans are not terrorists. Thank God for Europe and America that refuse to label IPOB as a terrorist organization. We are the IPOB that is not a terrorist organization or terrorist people, the indigenous people of Biafra. It is we that judgment for, not the IPOB organization. Headed by the DOS, China, Sanwó-Ori, Guru, them, and all that. That one is a criminal organization being used by the Nigerian government to ensure that our freedom does not come. So there's nothing like IPOB. Anyone coming to you in your office, in the Western world, anywhere, telling you IPOB, those are the terrorists that have been working together with the Nigerian state. The only thing we have now is the United States of Biafra government, with the United States of Biafra cabinet that was declared in Finland on November 29th, 2024. Please mute yourself. That is the only thing that is existing now. Nothing like IPOB. And I want everyone, read my lips. There is nothing like IPOB. The IPOB that was formed by our Hon.DPM has been hijacked by Tinubu and the legitimate governors. Again, I want to use this opportunity to thank all the Biafrans that turned up earlier today for the ID card verification, capturing. Again, it's been a very busy day for us. Biafrans continue to apply for your United States of Biafra ID card. Our ID card and security documents have gradually been accepted by some countries in the world as a secure document. So continue to apply for your ID card. The only site to apply for your ID card is the United States of Biafra.org. United States of Biafra.org. We are no longer doing application on the BSA website. Again, I think that is all from me. If there's any other thing on a bridge, we can go ahead and round it up. Thank you so much, Biafrans.
Thank you so much, Excellency, the Deputy Prime Minister of United States of Biafra. Thank you. That is so